Hello there! The time has come for the annual book haul of the birthday sorts, 2015 style. This year it's more of a pre-birthday haul. I sort of bought myself some early birthday presents, which really just means I bought books. But it's nice to have a good excuse for 1 month of the year. And yes, it's okay to give yourself a whole month. But my birthday is this coming Tuesday, June 16th. I'll be turning 17, which is not a big deal at all. Now I can get into rated R movies even easier. Every time I'm carded, I'm just like, oh my god, I left my ID in the car, which I parked at my house. I walked here. I have tattoos. I could show you. I swear I'm not a minor, and then as soon as I lift up my shirt, like, I'm in. Or I'm out, depending on the security guard's sense of humor, but that's never happened. Okay, I was sort of thinking about this the other day, how last year in my birthday book haul, I sort of came out to you guys. It was in a very subtle way that most of you caught and that I responded to, but I never really addressed it in video form, and I really never have. It's no secret that I'm gay. My family knows, my friends know, you guys know. It's something that's never affected my YouTube channel or my career, and I think that's just why it never really comes up. This is primarily a book channel, but it is an important part of my life and something that's important to talk about sometimes. So I guess I just want you guys to know, for anyone it would be helpful too, that it's something I'm definitely willing to talk about. You can always send me a message on Goodreads, any other social media you're comfortable with. I just don't want anyone to think it's something I'm hiding in any way. There was a time when that was true, so I don't know if this is news to anyone or what, but I just wanted to put it out there for anyone that it might help. So if this is the first video of mine you're seeing, surprise, I talk about books, I make films, I'm about to turn 17, and apparently I'm gay. So anyway, let's get on to the book haul. This first book was actually recommended to me by several people in the comment section of the last book haul I did. I showed this Harry Potter Behind the Magic of the Movies book that I had, and it was super cool, but I had made a comment how I wanted something about the filmmaking journey, and so I got tons of comments and messages about this one book that I had never heard of, so I had to look into it, and I loved it. And it's called Harry Potter, Page to Screen, The Complete Filmmaking Journey. It's very heavy, it's a heavy book, and I absolutely love this. If you're a film person or even someone who could just spend hours watching behind the scenes videos, seeing how the Harry Potter films are done is fascinating. And this just takes you through the cinematography, the art of Harry Potter, $75 worth of good stuff, but you never have to pay $75 for this one. It's available online. I think maybe I paid $45. On a similar note, I picked up this book on Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was my show last year. I watched every season in January 2014, and I was obsessed with it the whole year. I have not watched Better Call Saul yet, but this is sort of similar. This has several interviews with Vince Gilligan, the creator of the show, in it. They talk about a lot of the signature Breaking Bad shots and lines, how the show came to be, really, and how it maintained itself. Some of it is stuff I've heard before, and some of it is really interesting stuff. It's not even all about the cinematography or anything. It's just really cool behind the scenes stuff about the show in general. The next few books I have are some books that were pretty prevalent at BookCon this year. I haven't read all of them cover to cover, but they're the YouTuber books, I guess you could call them. We have A Work in Progress by Connor Franta, I Hate My Selfie by Shane Dawson, which I've read quite a bit of, In Real Life by Joey Graceffa, and I, Justine by Justina Zarek. I bought these to support the YouTube community, but they've also been really interesting reads. And I also have You Deserve a Drink by Mamrie Hart. I also have Grace and Hannah's books, but I think I mentioned those earlier. But I just got this one the other day. It looks so funny, and I'm so happy and proud for and of all of these people. Now I know what you're wondering. Oh my god, where did you get this Stop Breaking My Heart, You Perfect Fictional Characters, the BookTuber limited time only t-shirt for $15 at teamgoallout.com/TheBookTuber with all proceeds going to JDRF? I knew that was what you were wondering. But this is my shirt. I've mentioned it twice before, I think. So you can still get one. Now is the perfect time. They're unisex. They're available in different sizes. And you can still get one. Link will be in the description. If you're going to VidCon this year and you get one of these and you're wearing it there, I'll have something special for you. But that's not for another month. All of the money that I get from these shirts is going to Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. It's a foundation that's really important to me and my family and a lot of people close to me. So I'm very happy that we've been able to raise so much money for them. So yeah, but back to the book haul. The next book I have is Openly Straight by Bill Konigsberg. I heard about this one from one of my speech coaches this year actually, but this seems like a really sweet and touching story and kind of funny and interesting too. And it sort of explores an interesting concept. Goes sort of beyond what people are used to when they think about being yourself. So I don't know. Last weekend I finally got to hang out with and see in person for the second time David Levithan, and his new book is Hold Me Closer, which is the Tiny Cooper story, a musical based on the musical from Will Grayson. So if you haven't read that one yet, I would definitely do that first. But this is so funny and so cool that it's even a thing. We also hung out with Will Walton, who just debuted his first novel, Anything Could Happen. I am so excited about reading this. I really feel like this book could go places. I'm gonna get into this one soon. This is at the top of the list for me. This next book I regret to show you. It is Maximum Ride Forever by James Patterson, which I almost didn't even buy. I don't know why I bought it. I hate bought this book, and I'm probably gonna hate read this book. Either way, this book is definitely going to be on the corner of a desk, which we'll call James Patterson's desk, in a certain video. This freaking series, it ended. I made a video about this series ending so long ago. I'm so annoyed that there's another Maximum Ride book out. Is there anyone out there who's excited to read this book? Is there anyone out there who has read this book? Is a better way to phrase that. I am so mad that this book exists. James Patterson, all you're doing is giving me material. So, thank you. This next book I've already mentioned in a video, but I'm really excited about. It's Off the Page by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer, the sequel/companion to Between the Lines. Between the Lines was such a sweet, feel-good book. I loved reading it, so I'm so excited that they wrote another one. The cover's way better, so we'll see how the book is. But funny story, after I read this, I went to the book signing with Jodi and Samantha. And I remember that that signing was the first time I was recognized in public. Like, I was with my grandma, and I was with my parents. My parents were like, oh my gosh, and my grandma was like, who are you? And I remember it was this really sweet girl named Pyle, and I signed something for her, and we took a picture together, and then I was like, I want a picture too. I remember the day. So thanks, Jodi and Samantha. The next two books I got sort of spur-of-the-moment purchases. It's Haunted and Make Something Up by Chuck Palahniuk. I've never read a Chuck Palahniuk book. I'm not even that familiar with them at all. I have been warned. So I'm not sure when I'll get into these, but if you're a Chuck Palahniuk fan, let me know what you think about these, if you've read this one yet. But Haunted was recommended to me specifically. So that's the other one I got. I've also always heard about this book and never picked it up. It's Perfect Chemistry by Simone Alcalez. I don't know why I never got into this series or never even got the books. I mean, usually I at least buy them and intend to read them. This isn't always my style of book, but I've never heard a negative thing about this, and there is a certain mood where this is the kind of book you need for sure. Next I have Vanishing Girls by Lauren Oliver. I did read Delirium by Lauren Oliver and it wasn't my favorite, but this one sounds so interesting and I really feel like I could appreciate her writing style and something else. So I thought I would give Vanishing Girls a try, and let me know if you've read this one yet. The next book I have is something I can almost guarantee none of you have heard of. I even checked on Goodreads to see if any of my friends have read it, and 2 people had it marked as to read, I think. And it is The Evolution of Bruno Littlemore by Benjamin Hale. This seems like a really interesting, sort of funny and heartbreaking book. It's written sort of in the style of a memoir by a chimpanzee who's telling the story to someone who's writing it for him. I read the first chapter of it, but it's really intense. And there's just something about it that made me buy it, and I know that I'm going to keep reading it. So if you're looking for something totally different from anything you've read, and it's sort of a bigger book too. The next one I have is actually a play, and it's called Bitch Boxer by Charlotte Josephine. The reason I picked this up is actually because I saw it performed as an 8-minute dramatic interpretation at the State Series for Speech this year, and it won first place and it was fantastic. So I just wanted to know more about it. It reads really uniquely. It's a 1-character play. It's super short anyway. It's also pretty intense and heartbreaking too. But I just wanted to see it in physical form and read the whole thing. This is a different one. Something to look into. And the final book I want to show you is called How to Read Literature Like a Professor by Thomas C. Foster. This was recommended to me by my AP English teacher. It's not just like a textbook. It's actually sort of funny and informative. I'm never gonna sit down and read the whole thing, but this might come in handy next year in AP English, so don't judge me. It's on a promotion now at Barnes & Noble. So I think that's about it. There are more books that I have bought. There's just some that I feel like aren't really worth showing and that you'll see in a bookshelf tour with my new revised bookshelves. I'm not done reorganizing my shelves at all, but once I do, I have a long overdue bookshelf tour. Alright, so I think that's it. I'll see you guys very soon. Next time I see you, I'll be 17. Maybe I'll be too busy in the rated R movies. Gonna go see some restricted material. And I think that's it. Thank you for everything. Goodbye.